healthcare system. Can you explain how, if at all, that experience directly guided you to pursue your current profession?
Actually, yes. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
I'm a little nervous. Can't tell, but I am. But it actually did. How I actually figured it out is I actually started with DCFS. I was about 19 years old, and I didn't know what I wanted to do at 19. Who do? So 2 to 3 years out of me working for DCFS, I had this supervisor that just kind of pushed me. You know, he just pushed the best out of me, and I appreciate that. And his name is Robbie Odom. He had me actually to work with a youth, you know, for about a week straight to actually assist her in getting into transitional housing. But she was kind of one of those hard to reach youth where, you know, AWOL, and, you know, I know you guys know some youth like that. AWOL and didn't want to, you know, listen, didn't want to do what she needed to do. But he had me to actually work with her for about a week, picking her up from the shelter, you know, just helping her, assisting her into actually, you know, being prepared for her interview. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do right then and there, but of course I had to do it. I had to help her. I had to get her together for her transitional interview. And from there, that's when I knew, you know, this is what I want to do. This is what I like to do. You know, just to see the success in her getting into that transitional housing. It was a hard push, but she did get in.
So I want to say, for me, out of the 5 principles Dr. G just shared with us, I was trying to find meaning in my life and purpose. I was already kind of feeling hopeless with the idea that I was just super unlucky, unlovable. The things that happened to me were for no reason. And the idea that not only I might be able to affect system change, but that I might actually be the unique or best position to serve our children and families made me feel special. I felt like I had something to offer that no one else could give because of those lived experience, because my heart was still beating. That alone meant that we could press forward, we could keep trying. So something that originally was like, let me infiltrate DCFS and see, you know, where we can improve, turned into, oh my God, you know, maybe the things that I went through were for a reason. So, and I think that's why I'm still kicking in child welfare.
I think for me, well, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
I think for me, as I got older, I started working with youth at a young age. I was about 16 to 17 as a camp counselor at a summer camp. And as I got older, I started working with different populations. I was doing some work for the Alliance for Children's Rights, for Peace for Kids. I met a lot of different people. And as time was going by, I just started realizing, like, I'm pretty good at this. This comes natural. You know, with having 6 siblings who were also in care with me at my aunt's house, it just came natural with having a big family foundation to show me how to, you know, like treat people. So as time went by, I was just like, this is easy to me. You know, it's easy to connect with the youth. It's easy to get along with them, even if they weren't as easy to me. It was just like with the challenges, it was still fairly easy. I could feel myself pushing this and we continue to do this because they need to see someone that's been in their shoes, been in similar situations, make it with their lives going forward. So.
As a follow-up question to that, what would you say are some of the attributes that you personally needed to develop for your education or your workforce goals?
For me, I just needed accountability. I needed basically someone to just kind of push me to what I needed to be. I also, you know, I'm just keep saying accountability, you know, especially for my workforce. And just someone that cared at that moment, someone that cared.
For me, it was a filter. I had learned very young that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. I knew how to fight, scream, and shout anytime something bad happened to me, and that was a strength for a very long time, because I feel like my needs got met when others didn't. But when it came time to come into the workforce, a lot of my side moms and ongoing supporters, sometimes it's not always appropriate, it's not the right time, and I need to be heard, I need to be well received, I need to know my audience, I need to be able to get my point across. And growing up in the system, I'm learning how to navigate the system, not the larger society. I'm not prepared for disappointments or competition in the workforce, or not always getting a promotion. You can't throw a tantrum, because the light bills still do. So I think the filter has been the most powerful ongoing strength that I'm developing. Amen.
All right.
I think for me, it was when I turned 21, I think they cut my benefits off, and for maybe about a 2 or 3 year period, I didn't have a job. So I remember going to a lot of the free clinics and just dealing with like having health issues and having to go through different trials and tribulations to get things fixed. But one of the things I do remember when I went on interviews was I told myself that I don't ever want to go back to those situations where I couldn't provide for myself. You know, I just remembered all the stuff that I had to deal with prior to getting the job with benefits. So just dealing with the trials and tribulations of that, you know, having to go down to the county building and different things like that. I just told myself I'll never go back to that, because I'll always remember that feeling, and because I always remember that feeling, I'll outwork the next person 10 times harder. So that was one of the things that motivated me to continue to pursue a job and to better my career.
I think it shows that all three of you really recognized your strengths and used some of your traumatic backgrounds to really push yourself forward, so thank you. Why is it important for you personally to give back to young people?
Oh, stop, sorry. So I feel that I call myself the exceptional youth. Those are our youth in care that even if we do nothing for them, they're gonna make it. I got a lot of resources and services and supports that my older sisters didn't get, and I was the third person now entering the system literally back to back. And they didn't get the help and support and the handouts, and they didn't have the personality I had. They weren't as loud and probably kicking down your door, you know, for the transitional housing wait list, and it wasn't fair. You know, it wasn't equitable, and they were more deserving, I would say, than me in a lot of ways. Straight A students and summa cum laude, they weren't beating up people's kids, and you know, I was. So I feel that I have an obligation to give back because of the resource. It's like privilege in a way. Because of the things that we got, we owe it to the next generation to pay it forward, to make sure that things exist that didn't exist when I was going through the system. And so that's why I'm here. So I show up.
Every true.
It's okay. I just wanted to say every child is deserving. You were just bold enough to demand what you deserved, but every child is deserving.
Well, for me, I just feel like that foster youth are misunderstood, you know, and I feel like I'm a voice for them. I feel that, you know, I can meet them again where they are. I know what they've been through. I know, you know, that how they feel at that moment. And it just made it real easy for me just to assist and help them and to just know that they can make it, you know.
I think for me, you know, I'm sitting back thinking about it now. One of the things that I'll always remember, my aunt taught me, the last thing my aunt told me before she passed away was, I'm proud of you and keep helping these kids. With that being said, there's a lot of people in this room that met me 10, 15 years ago, and another thing I told myself was, a lot of people knew me as a youth, including Israel, It's real to me at 17. I was still in high
I
school.
knew him as a youth too.
We were youth together. That's okay. But there's a lot of people in this room that met me when I was still going through my trials and tribulations. And one of the things I told myself was, never let any of these people down. Because they helped me out, they gave me inspiration, and they pushed me to continue to go forward, just with my life in general. They also taught me how to build strong relationships and notice when people are in your life for a reason, not a season, So as I grew older and I just started working with youth more and more in different capacities and different scenes, I just said, this is second nature. I don't even have to try to just be myself, and the youth can see the realness in it. They can tell, like, okay, he's authentic, he's real, he's been through my situations, so maybe I can listen to him, maybe he can help me out. And I've just been going forward with it ever since.
I'd like to ask you what you think are the essential qualities for a good, strong youth worker and why.
I think the essential qualities of a good youth worker are show your value. That's probably one of the things. Show your value, let them know that you're there for a reason. Because I remember when I was a youth worker with Parks and Recs, one of the things that I did while I was there was I was a jack of all trades. We had a lot of different things going on at the Botanical Gardens. That's where I was at. And I did a little bit of everything that I could do, with my, how can I say it, access. I couldn't do everything, but I did mostly everything I possibly could do. That was in my ability. So I let it be known that I was available and I was universal. I could do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I would say just any youth that keeps showing up. At 18, life hits you for the first time when you have to wake up on your own. You have to get yourself on the bus. You have to know what the schedule is and time things. If they keep showing up, that means that they're trying to create a better life for themselves that they may not even yet believe in exists. So if they keep showing up, then that means there's an opportunity for us to repair some of the damage that we've done and to acknowledge that they've been surviving the system and now they're at our door trying to create something different and a brighter future for themselves. So that should be the only quality that they need.
And I'm gonna say, basically, I lost my thought, so sorry. But I'm gonna say, just basically allow whoever's working with you, when you do become a youth worker, to just be open, to the help that comes from them. Be open, be mindful, just take, goal setting, and that's basically it. I'm gonna just say be open and be mindful because they can help you with a lot of things,
What do you think are some of the most compelling lessons that you personally are learning from transition age youth in foster care?
I would say the youth, they're resilient. They're very, very resilient, especially in their beliefs. But they're open at the same time. If you come I think if you talk to them and come at them from a certain perspective or a certain angle, they'll be open to listening to you. The youth realize that people have a lot more life experience, so they're willing to have an open ear. Okay, let's see what they have to say.
And I think if you're willing to share with them your story, they'll be more, open. Sometimes I don't have to share my story all the time, but when it's the heart to reach you, I do, and I can tell a difference. Like, they are just open with me, and that's where we just, we just keep going back and forth,
Yeah, and I would say that just the consistency makes all the difference. I have a youth that I wouldn't say it's necessarily a success story because she, gets locked up and then the next weekend she'll AWOL and the next weekend she's doing something else. But she always calls me. When she's out, she always calls me. When she gets back, she's apologetic and she wants to try like, the accountability she allows me to have is not necessarily making her perfect, social work client, but it just shows what their wants are, that they're navigating, that idea that they can be happy, the idea that they can be successful. And I think that we've given up on youth who are in the TAY population, and the idea that they are all defeated and hopeless in a lost cause. We don't want to put too much energy into something that's fixed. But what I think my youth have shown me is just how dynamic they are and how much they still believe in a future for themselves.
I think if you just take that time, with them and they'll show you different. They will.
Also let them know that you're being sincere, about everything, and they'll, like I said, they say be open. So.
Yeah, and I think what you said, maybe we should all kind of shift a little more to the connectedness. Regardless if you've been in foster care or not, we all know what it's like to feel pain. So we've had disappointments, breakups, in relationships. We've not gotten the promotion we wanted or thought we deserved. We've experienced loss. So you don't have to have been in foster care to be able to relate. But they really need to know that you're human too before they disclose their deepest, darkest secrets to you. You go first. You're the grown-ups.
I agree with that, Jessica.
I think also teaching them or talking to them about the fact that what I hear from youth all the time is that, I'm only as good as my last mistake, but we all make mistakes. And you can get over mistakes, and some mistakes are repairable, some are not, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna be judged by your last mistake. So I think the consistency that you're talking about is what actually creates the transformative relationships. What strategies do you feel work best, and what hasn't worked quite so well when engaging young adults?
I can say what works best. For me, holding hope. So I do what was done to me. So growing up, I had a lot of evidence that I was stupid. I had all the test scores, all the report cards, all the way through college that I was dumb. I was in special education classes, had an IEP. When I got involved with the Alliance for Children's Rights, they started brainwashing me. They started telling me you're smart, you're beautiful, you can do it, and oh my God, you're such an excellent speaker. I watched some of those videos, y'all, from back then. I wasn't doing too well, okay? But they kept, not only did they speak that into existence for me the first time, they gave me opportunities to strengthen that idea. They didn't just say go to college. They're like, well, here's tutors, here's support, here's my son. He'll help you learn how to write and do math and do things that will later on confirm for you what you're capable of. So I speak life into my kids. I let them know how smart and beautiful and special they are. And even when we leave in the juvenile hall or we leave in court, it's like, yeah, but you're gonna do better. I know you about to do better. You smart. I know you're gonna get it. So, I don't know if it's fake it till you make it or if it's speaking life, but I think that's very effective.
What do you think hasn't worked so well?
Everything else.
I'm gonna agree with Jessica, just having that support system, having that saying that you can make it, you are better than you are, just giving you that, that hopeful spirit, that hope, and just consistently saying it the same thing, building you up, just knowing that they can do it, knowing that, I'm there with you, knowing that basically, I'm there, I got you, again, yeah, I am a little older than some, but I treat them as if they're my kids, I'm gonna talk to them like I talk to my kids. My daughter's in college. I'm gonna talk to them like, hey, you need to do this. This is the outcome you're gonna have. This is how it's gonna be. If it don't work, come back, try, ask questions. Just be open to everything. So.
Right. I was gonna say it gets very discouraging when you feel like you're doing so much work for a client and you've been working with her and doing so much, and I'll be paying for movie tickets and stuff and taking them to the nail shop, And it's like, why won't, you know, when is that light bulb going to come on? And if you have an anticipated release date, you know, for them to mature, then you're going to burn out. And we don't know what it's going to take, you know, along their journey for them to want the services, want the supports. But when that, for me, not until after 18, when I was ready, there was someone there. And I wish y'all could have got me a little earlier, you know, put y'all through some stuff. But it's very important that we just, whatever you're doing, be consistent, keep speaking that life, so when they are ready, they know where to go, they know where to turn.
And I would just piggyback to what Jessica just said, the consistency of things lets the youth know that, you know, okay, he's really trying to help, or they're really trying to help me to a better life, you know, to move forward, to progress, you know, even if it's baby steps, little steps, it's still moving forward. Like, you never slow down, even if you're going 3 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour, you're still moving forward. You know, so the consistency of moving forward and pushing and continuing to help them grow. I would say the downside is sometimes I think they can feel like the consistency is overwhelming because they're not used to it. They're not used to the help. You know, a lot of the times they can be a little standoffish because you're being consistent, because you're being persistent about things. They're like, okay, I don't like you, back off, and let me figure this out on my own. I'm like, okay, I was just trying to, you know. So I think that it could be a good thing and a bad thing, being consistent and persistent.
And I'm thinking, they're not used to that at all. They're not used to it. The thing that I have experienced is sometimes you just gotta go back at it, you know, go back at it at a different angle versus coming straight forward. You know, a lot of youth talk with me without their worker, you know, because sometimes we can be judgmental, and we can, and I'm saying me too, but sometimes we judge them on their paperwork. We judge them on their reports, but know what's in their heart, know what they're going through, how they feel, or why they're acting this way, you know. So all I can just say is just, you know, continue to take that time with that youth, continue to work with that youth, encourage that youth, and just, you know, just work with them and encourage